Hello, everybody. I'm Vivian McGrath from vivianmcgrath.com. And it's my birthday today. And, that really got me thinking. So many women come to me, and I wanted to come online. And even though it's my birthday, it really got me thinking. And I wanted to come online because I wanted to share this message with you, which I think is really important. Because so many women, I work with a lot of women, and so many women come to me who are a bit older, middle-aged, younger than me even. And all they see is loss. They see loss of youth, loss of youthful beauty, loss of their passion and purpose, loss of years that they've wasted settling for less in unhappy, unequal, unbalanced relationships that don't make them happy, that they're miserable in, years of that. And as another year goes past, they really see what they've lost, the loss of potential, the loss of time, actually. The most important one I hear is the loss of time. I've wasted so many years, and it really hurts because they're not in a place where they feel confident and strong like they did one time before. And a lot of them come to me and actually say to me, I don't like looking in the mirror anymore because I really don't like what I see. It hurts to have lost so much years, time, beauty, youth, whatever. And they hark back to that girl. They hark back to the time when they felt really independent and really confident and really just great in themselves and in their bodies and all that. And they cling on to that, and I remember feeling like that too. I remember there was a time when I went to this event actually, and I was surrounded by all of these really young, well-dressed, sassy, gorgeous young women. And I compared myself to them, and I felt really, really frumpy. I felt middle-aged. I felt like I had frizzy hair, and I really felt ugly on that day. I remember saying to myself, God, I feel ugly. And the weirdest thing is that I think it was like 6 months later, I found a photo of myself that was taken at that event. And I was really, really shocked because I actually looked beautiful that day. I looked at myself and I went, oh my gosh, I actually looked quite beautiful that day. And I was really, really shocked. And it was like the weirdest mind trick because there I was that day beating myself up over how awful I looked and how frumpy I was and all that. That inner voice that just doesn't let up. And I ruined my whole day when actually I looked pretty great, and it just reminded me that so many women do this. They always see what they lack. They look back at what they don't have. They define them in a way. They're looking back at the past. They're looking back at what they've lost. So it's sort of looking back, seeing what you lack compared to other people, what you lack compared to where you were before. And, if you continue to do that, if you continue to look back at the past, this is what the problem is. You start to exaggerate this fantasy in your mind about how great things were back then. And as you exaggerate that fantasy in your head, nothing is going to then measure up to it. And you're never going to be happy now because you're always going to be measuring how you are now with how you were then. And it's never going to measure up. And your insecurities just start to grow. And then as you get older like me and get a few more wrinkles, a few more pounds around your middle and stuff, you start to feel worse. It becomes this self-perpetuating cycle. And that shame that you feel, that inner shame that you feel, the guilt that you start to feel, that why have I wasted all these years? Why have I lost this? Why have I lost that? It just compounds and you end up feeling an utter failure. You just only see what you don't have. And that's not a recipe for happiness or success, is it? I mean, I'm sure you know that. It's not a recipe for happiness or success. And, I look back at photographs when I was in my 20s, and I honestly think, how did I not know how gorgeous I was? How did I not see how incredible my figure was? How did I not get that I had the world at my feet? I had everything. Why was I so insecure that I begged for crumbs of attention from low-value men who just were not good enough for me? Yet I was desperate for them to love me. Why did I spend my life just comparing myself to other girls and never feeling good enough? How many of you do that? Because it's what we're like, aren't we? And so my birthday message for you today is, you're not that girl. You're not that girl. Just let go of the past. Don't be afraid of the future either, because all you've got is now. That's it. You've only got now. And that's the exciting part, because if you've only got now and you stop being defined by something in the past, you get to choose. You get to decide what that future looks like, and you can create it to be whatever you want. And honestly, trust me, what your life can become can be 10 times greater than your fantasy of how brilliant the past was and how much better it was. I know this because my life is so much better than I could have ever imagined. I mean, when I left a violent man who almost killed me, and I was a young single mother, I had no idea that it was possible to be as happy, to be as loved, to be as supported, to be as successful in every area of my life back then. I had no idea. But I chose to stop clinging on to the past, and I stopped being unafraid of the future, and I made that choice. Because if you don't do that, you're never going to feel successful enough. You're never going to feel good enough. And I honestly wasted far too many years just not feeling good enough, not feeling like anything I ever achieved was successful enough. So don't see your life as loss or what you lack, because you haven't lost anything if you choose to see your life differently. So if you're ready to absolutely liberate yourself in life and love and let go of the past, let go of clinging to a fantasy of what might have been that isn't, if you're ready to stop just feeling sorry for yourself and everything you've lost, and liberate yourself in life and love and say goodbye toxic relationships and hello beautiful life, then please do watch my free webinar, How to Recover from Toxic Relationships, Fall Back in Love with Your Life and Never Ever Settle for Less Than You Deserve ever again. And then let's talk. So that's my birthday message to you. And you know what? I'll just end on this note. I'm now going to go out for a really beautiful lunch at a restaurant by a river, and I'm going to have a few glasses of champagne, and I'm going to vow to myself today that I am going to feel beautiful in my skin, comfortable in my skin, because I know that when I'm 90 and I look back at photos that will be taken of me today, that 90-year-old, I know now that she's not going to look back and go, why did you not get how good you looked back then? Because I'm going to choose to see myself differently today. That I choose to be happy now. I choose to feel beautiful now. whatever I look like, no matter the grey hair, no matter the wrinkles, no matter the pounds, whatever. Anyway, so that's my message to you. And do check out my webinar. I'll put the link in the description below. If you're in my Facebook group, then do book a free breakthrough call with me and let's talk. All right, lots of love, everybody. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye for now.